early this morning. One's employed with Uber directly, and one's a contracted driver. This video is purely and solely based on recent experiences with Uber. Now, we all know about the both rideshare companies competing and whatnot, and we all know about the good and bad media that comes from it. I was literally just hired and fired with the company altogether, whether it be just being a contracted driver and as an actual Uber employee. I don't know what their procedures are when it comes down to firing an employee, or what it would be with any other rideshare company. All I know is that, first of all, this is the state of Arizona, whereas that there's, I believe, two different types of laws for companies to hire and fire employees. Now, I did do a little bit of research based on those two laws. The first one is the right to work state. And that pretty much, it doesn't necessarily you may work for. It doesn't have anything to really do with how they hire you and how they fire you. It just basically stipulates that you can work or you may not work. It's solely dependent upon you and the company. But the other law is at will working, meaning that your job is you're not put into a position with the job to what's it called? You in so many words, you have the right to quit, and they have the right to fire you. And from my experience, you don't have, the company don't have to even give you a reason for them firing you. This is Arizona, so I mean, I get that part of the law. So with that being said, going forward into my recent experience with Uber, all in all, they are a great company. But this part of the company, I never saw it coming. I mean, you can place into words many different ways on how a company is good or bad ago, or almost 2 years ago. And I was content with that. I was okay with it. It's a way of making money. Furthermore, I applied at Uber directly, working directly for the company, and I when I put the application in, I really didn't think anything of it. I was dropping off someone's food for Uber Eats, and literally within after dropping off the food, or speaking with the guy that I was dropping the food off to, he lets me know, hey, Uber is paying such and such, they got great benefits, blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, that's what's up. And I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and put in the application. I put in the application, phone interview. I said, okay. Again, I didn't think anything of it at first, putting in the application. It really wasn't nothing to me. I honestly really didn't even think I was going to hear from them at all. So when I finally put in the application and they sent me this email saying, hey, call, I was like, okay. So I get through the phone interview, no problem. I come in, they send me another email saying, hey, you passed the phone interview, scheduled for a face-to-face interview. I say, okay, cool. I go in for this face-to-face interview, and I got the job. That happened on, I believe, I want to say October 16th or 17th, one of those, or heading close enough to the ending of October. After completing all of that, they tell me my start date is going to be November 19th. Okay, fine. Close enough to my birthday. Good birthday present. But the every job, every career choice you make has its own, and it goes the same for anywhere. It doesn't matter where you at in this world. Every place has its rules, regulations, laws, and restrictions. Okay, I'm one to abide by pretty much all laws or regulations set forth ahead of me. I try to do my best to, if somebody say, hey, don't do this, or hey, do this, I try and abide by how they say to do it. So I finally start. They lay down the rules and regulations coming in the door. No problem. But just like me and everybody else in this world, we all have our personal problems we have to deal with. And I don't mean to put myself on blast here, but the thing is that I don't see any other way for me. I received an eviction notice from the apartment complex that I'm in. I then go and take this eviction notice to my job and take it to the trainer. And, he tells me, well, there's nothing we can do about it, at least not on our end. I say, okay, well, that means I have to take care of this. Uber don't want to, help you, in I guess you would call it sticky situations. My thing is that, and it's to each his own. They don't have to, and you're there to make a paycheck in order for you to maintain your bills. Eventually, I was able to take care of that bill. But the thing is that, okay, they said they couldn't help. I had to take care of it. The car that I'm currently driving in, I literally just got this car maybe within the last month or so. And I had to, in order for me to gain the credibility, I can't say that word. In order for me to gain that credibility to get this car, I was told I needed to go and get XYZ from my new employer. I said, okay. I had some help getting it with the trainer and someone else that was there in the training room. So I got all of this information to get the car. But while trying to do so, of course, again, this is a business world. So I have to be able to make be able to make different things happen while at work. And in between those segment times, I would try to take care of business. But there's certain times and certain places that closes at these certain times. So there was literally no way for me to take care of home, trying to take care of this car. And, all in all, try to maintain myself as a person. Again, every place you go, there's rules and regulations and restrictions you have to abide by. So I'm informing these people that, gave me this great opportunity. I'm informing them of the many different things that's going on in my life. And what I didn't understand is that I came to let them know a relative passed away. And literally within supposed to, that's the part that really irritates me, because me starting out as an Uber driver and then eventually going on to be Uber employee. I don't understand how I was content with just being a Uber driver, and I feel like they literally just snatched that part away from me. And then today I go up there after maybe a week not being there no more. I go back up there, and mind you, during the time of them letting me go, the guy that came and talked to me and was like, "Yeah, turn in your badge and whatnot." His name is Chris too, which is ironic. But he says, "Yeah, so any questions or concerns you have, take it up with HR." And mind you, during this whole process from start to finish, from being hired at the company to them letting me go, literally, I didn't get no contact. And I believe this is true for anybody that worked for Uber. You don't get no type of contact information whatsoever. So they say, um, contact HR. Who is HR, and do they got an email? Do they got a phone number? Do they got any way of form of contact? Of course not. So I go back up there today, and these people literally tell me, in so many words, they feel like I'm a threat. How am I a threat? I didn't understand that part. But so I'm standing there asking this guy. I don't even know who this guy is. I get there, I talk to security, and they telling me, well, yeah, so we don't want you on the floor, meaning they don't want to let me up to actually talk to somebody. They on the 10th floor of a high-rise building downtown Phoenix. So what I didn't understand is that I couldn't get them to give me no type of information. The guy that I'm sitting here talking to, he says, well, yeah, so they don't want you on the floor, meaning they don't want me to come up to the 10th floor. I say, okay, cool. But can I get the information that y'all told me to utilize, which would contact HR? He tells me, well, they said they don't want to give you no information, or we can't even give you no information. I'm like, how is that? How are y'all telling me to do one thing, but then can't provide me with the information necessary in order for me to do what y'all asking me to do? I mean, I promise you, I'm extremely conflicted with this. The Uber, I upheld Uber over all other rideshare companies. Currently, yes, I'm still a registered Lyft driver. I'm currently in the process of driving with another rideshare app called GoShare. And the thing is that other rideshare companies, they started because of Uber. Everybody else jumped on the bandwagon after Uber. And again, I upheld Uber out of all places. Doesn't matter. I upheld them, and I was proud to call myself an Uber driver. And I was proud to call myself an Uber employee. They took both of those away. And now I feel like, oh my God, I don't even want to work for them as a driver. And incidentally, I go to open up the Uber driver app, try to log into my account, and it says this email, we don't recognize this email. So they said in so many words, I'm a disgruntled ex-employee. No, there's nothing disgruntled about me. I'm a little upset about it. But at the end of the day, how are you going to tell me to do? I don't care what it, I mean, at the end, like I said, at the end of the day, all y'all could have did was just give me the information that I'm requesting. Excuse me one moment. Thank you so
Have a
much.
good day.
You too. So literally, I started working for the company, and it stopped working for the company. And all I'm asking is to, just give me the information that I'm requesting, and give me the information that y'all told me I needed to have in the first place in order to contact HR. Who is HR? How do I contact them? I'm not a disgruntled ex-employee. That's not what this is. And no, I'm not trying to badmouth them because of them firing me. But what I am trying to do is, how do you how how can you get away with firing somebody, and don't even give them the information that y'all telling them to use? I mean, how are y'all conducting business? At the end of the day, it shouldn't have came down to that. So, first of all, let me rewind a little bit. So, as I stated before, they got rules, regulations you gotta follow in order to work there. They told they told the entire class of 26 people. They told everybody, this is a call center. We have all types of information. We have people's banking account numbers. We have people's credit card numbers. We have their routing and account numbers. We have names, phone numbers, addresses. We have all of that information. So, with that being said, they said, keep your laptops closed. It's a breach of security when you leave it open and unattended. And they also said that it's a $50,000 fine per computer and or laptop that is left open. So during this training class, they try to get everybody to make sure that they start learning how to keep um, their laptops closed during training. So when you get out onto the actual call center floor, you're able to remember, hey, I need to make sure I get this closed. I keep this closed if I need to step away for a minute. I accidentally left mine open, and so did several other people. And, they gave us something to do in order for us, I guess you can say, a repercussion or something like that. So a few people said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and um, I'm going to, take everybody's laptops and plug them up to charge for the next day. So, in so many words, that was the punishment. Um, from that point, um, I had to take care of business, and I couldn't do that. They said no cell phones are supposed to be out present. You're not supposed to be talking on your phone while you're in the classroom. They didn't. So on my lunch, on my break, anytime I had the chance to step out the classroom, I would literally go and take care of business. But again, everything can't get done within that allotted time. So what did I do? To I guess you would say, get in trouble. I did that, and I get a call from a family member saying, hey, this person just passed away. I see the text message going on my lunch, and I start making phone calls like, oh my God, what's going on? Apparently, that was a no-no in Uber's eyes. I was not supposed to step outside the classroom in order to make these calls. Whether it be for that life, you can't have a life outside of here. I honestly feel like the company don't care. Now, I'm not saying that a job is supposed to care about your personal life. What I'm saying is have some type of heart on what people are going through. Uber has a family emergency. Do you really think that Uber is not going to say, hey, you can't take care of this? No, they're going to go through the proper channels like I thought I was doing. I thought I was going through the proper channels by making sure I informed people, informed the trainers of uh, um, what was going on in order for me not to get in trouble. Again, apparently that was a no-no. I shouldn't have did it. Now they saying, and I get up there, they tell me, the guy says, well, yeah, they don't even want you on the property. So I can't be on the property. I'm surrounded by 3 security guards, and it bothers the hell out of me because I I didn't do nothing wrong. I mean, it would have been different if I came up there causing problems, cursing, screaming at the top of my lungs. I didn't do none of that. I'm about to be forcibly escorted off the property. I didn't do nothing. So, all in all, Uber is a good company. but they a badass company to work for. And honestly, I feel like had I not applied, had I not accepted the position, I'd still be fine working as a Uber driver. I was okay with that. Now today, regardless to whether I wanted to or not, I ain't even got the option of being an Uber driver anymore because apparently they locked me out of my account. I tried to log in and it said, yeah, we don't recognize your email. So I guess I don't have, or the email is not recognized through the system. I kept asking, is there somebody higher that I could talk to? I even tried to contact the CEO or president or whoever he is through LinkedIn. Um, when you start with the company, if you don't have a LinkedIn account, they literally have you make one in order to, I guess, keep in contact with different people. So I found, I forget his name. I think his name is Jeff, and I found him on LinkedIn and sent him a message. And I pretty much said to him, "Hey, I know you're a very important and busy guy, but can you reach out to me and try and talk to me about some issues I'm having?" I honestly don't think I'm gonna get a word in on that at all. And honestly, regardless to whether Uber sees this video, I don't care. Because at the end of the day, no, I'm not a disgruntled ex-employee. In order for me to find out what I needed to find out, they every time I ask the question, the guys say, contact HR. If you have any other questions or concerns, contact HR. I said, so how do I contact HR? If you have any questions or concerns, contact HR. Can I get rehired through the company? If you have any questions or concerns, contact HR. So you can't say nothing else. If you have any questions or concerns, contact HR. Literally, this is how they do shit. And it bothers me. And I don't know if it bothered anybody else that they fired. Literally, we started out with 27 people. By the time before I left, we was down to 20. I just got told by somebody else that since I left, they ain't fired nobody else. I'm still trying to figure this out. For those of you that actually may watch this video, thank you for your time. I wish I can say it's been a privilege and a pleasure to work with Uber, but it was not. If I continued to be an Uber driver, like I said, I probably would have been content and okay with that. But thank you so much for watching this video. Like, share it on social medias, Facebook, Twitter. I don't know, Snapchat. I don't know how none of them work, but thank you so much and enjoy the rest of your day.